Size him up. Sure. T-tap. Let him go. Let him go.
Hey guys, it's Coach Chuck, Integrated Martial Athletics, with another fight breakdown for you. Now, this was submitted by one of you guys. Thank you so much. And it's been going around on socials, and it appears to be altercation outside of a nightclub with one of the bouncers and a patron. There's a lot to unpack here because it's a bit of a dumpster fire. Obviously, if it's a bouncer, he's going to have to be Dalton. And we're talking from the OG Roadhouse, not the reboot. Comment below if you like the reboot. And the unlucky recipient of Dalton's non-existent de-escalation skills, I've been calling him Chad, but he could also be a Dylan or a Kyle. Here's the so what. Let's get into this. Let's look at this together here.
Can we not? Size him up. Sure. And good night. Good night. And set the side con. You're done for these guys. He's turning pink. My God. I thought that was amazing. He's tapped. He tapped. Let him go. Let him go.
Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Yo, chill out.
All right, so there's a lot happening on this. Now, again, we mentioned Roadhouse, and if you guys saw it, the classic movie, what was Dalton's rule number one is be nice. And that really is a de-escalation mindset that any and all security professionals do need to really take to heart and strive to be. At least within New York laws, in terms of security personnel, whether it be nightclub security or just security in general, any kind of contracted security, there is reasonable force and excessive force on what you can and can't do to a patron, at least in the bar facility here. Any kind of chokeholds, vascular restraints are definitely a no-go under excessive force statutes for bouncers and security personnel. Now, if that has changed, the rules have changed, please, send us a message and let us know. But as far as people I've been training and have trained over the years, that's still in the no-go zone. And that's going to open the bouncer as well as the establishment to liabilities, civil and possibly even criminal. So there's a lot to unpack on this, and that's why the de-escalation is a big thing. So I have no doubt as we watch this again, there's no background on this, I have no background story, is that I hate to say that maybe Chad had this coming. Chad could be running his mouth, and the bouncer may have been dealing with him for a while, and again, we don't know the situation, but here's the so what. He does snatch him up pretty quick. Let's watch that again. Okay, he snatched him up pretty quick. That was actually a pretty good response in that range. But now we're going to look at a training deficit, and the training deficit, whether it be his own training, his own skill set, or even the fact that he is super worked up and super angry, that this rear naked choke should have put Chad to sleep, but it's not working, so he's not sinking this in right. So it went from being a great snatch-up setup, kudos to the bouncer on that one, but not being able to hit this right, and there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of play. I still don't know why the other bouncers are not intervening on this here and stopping this guy from doing this. And Chad's friends are giving commentary, going, you're done on this here, real supportive. And, Dalton, the bouncer, has kind of gassed himself out. He's getting frustrated. Why is this not working? And just maybe getting angrier and angrier at the whole situation. And you're going to see the switch right now is like, he's going to introduce him to the side of that car. I think he broke the window on that. So that's really a force escalation. So if we can drop that Ron Burgundy, meme on here, well, that escalated quickly. That really did. That went being from a restraint that we can maybe argue that the rear naked choke wasn't put on correctly, no doubt about that, or was there just as a restraint. But again, things went sideways real fast, a real training deficit on this, and the frustration went to the next level, which was now introducing him to an impacting on a fixed weapon. That car was not moving, it was stationary. So he just bounced his head off that vehicle, and he's going to do it again. And now the other guys are starting to come in when, because I guess there's a two head hit limit on that. Now, it's an unfortunate circumstance. And another thing I want to just back up on this. Before Dalton introduced Chad to the side of that vehicle, people are going, "Oh, he's tapping, he's tapping."
It's turning pink. Thank God. He tapped. Let him go.
Let him go. He's tapping. Yes. Should people be now coming to this kid's aid so we can, and get this bouncer off and get the bouncer calmed down and get this kid some proper attention? Yes, 100%. But I also want to say this. As awesome as BJJ is, remember, I'm a BJJ coach, and MMA is, and the explosion of this into social media and our consciousness as a whole, I think it's wonderful for the martial art world, but a little food for thought for you. In a real altercation, taps don't matter. And that's something that you need to have in the mindset here. Again, the great Hickson Gracie said it many, many years ago in an interview. If we're fighting for money, I stop when the referee tells me to. If I'm fighting for real or fighting for honor, I stop when I feel like it. So obviously the situation is pretty reprehensible. It's definitely not good for anyone, not good for Dalton the bouncer, and definitely not good for Chad. Obviously, Dalton is having a bad day, a bad time, and is in a bad mental space, and he wants to now go do some violence. So at that time, Chad's taps meant nothing. So think about that in your own training and your own structure. No one needs to recognize that tap. It'd be gentlemanly, yes. It'd be sportsmanlike, yes. It'd be kind, yes. But just because you're kind doesn't mean that the bad guy is going to be kind. So be aware and prepare for that. Again, if you like these breakdowns and if you find it valuable, please give us a like, comment below, do subscribe. And for more stuff that's going to help you in situations like this, check out our Patreon. I'll see you on the next one.